using our idea of numbers, can 68 go into 1? Jordan, can 68 go into 1? No. So why don't we start right off with an X over the 1, just to get that place out of the way. We know it can't go into that. Can 68 go into 16? Everybody? No. So let's put an X there. All right. Is it possible for 68 to go into 163? Yes. Okay, but now we don't know how many times. This is where we round. We use our rounding in our heads. Okay? What could we round 68 to, just in our heads? Philip. What could 68 be rounded to?
Number 2.
All of 68. What's the closest number that ends in 0 to 68? Think of a number that ends in 0 that's close to 68. Do you want some help? Jordan, what do you think?
70.
70, right? So let's put a little 70 right up there. Bless you. Okay, so now we've got this at 70. This is still 163. What's a number close to 163 that ends in 0? Asha?
160.
160. So let's put a little 160 right below it, just so, or even right above it, right there. Okay, so now in your heads, hold on a second, Philip. You've got 160 and 70 now. We can even take off the zeros if we want to, and just have 16 and 7. So Francesca, how many times can 7 go into 16? 2. So Emily, why don't we try 2? So now we're going to go back to our regular numbers. We're not going to be rounding anymore. So what will be her next step? Ryan Moore, what's her next step?
See, like, how many times 8 can go, or 2 can go to 8?
Well, for 8, you're talking about multiplying or dividing? You have to multiply this times that?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's going to multiply 2 times 68, so she knows what number to put here. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
And did she get her 160 by rounding up to 63?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, is exactly what she did. Okay? And Aaron, you can turn and look at someone when they're talking.
Okay.
Yeah, Kirsten?
Would it be easier to
No, I mean the whole camera.
turn it to them? Would it be easier to round 163 to 170 since it's just like kind of...
Well,
You don't
you
have
could, but 7 doesn't go into 100,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really matter with either one. Philip?
Well, I'll do round because that's that, like, the way just did that round.
Rounding only helps you to figure out what you're going to put up there. It doesn't help you get your final answer as far as you're not going to use these numbers for your final answer. You're going to go back to your original numbers.
I don't really get my
Rounding just helps you have an idea of what to try up here. Okay? So, Emily's going to...
Mrs.
So what did you do,
Gaylor.
Emily, to get 136?
I multiplied 68 times 2.
Okay? Did everyone hear that? She multiplied 2 times 68 and got 136. Okay? Diana?
Why wouldn't she multiply 2 times 7?
Because that was just what you used to figure out a number. You're not using it in your... You're just thinking in your head, 68 is close to 70. 70 is easier for me to figure out how many times it goes into 160. But you're not using it with your real division. Okay? Not really? You get it? Okay. So yeah, it's just helping me because I know right away that 70 goes into 160 twice, but I might have to think for a minute on 68. It's just I'm trying to give you an easier number to divide. Philip?
This one's like a round division.
We're only rounding just to help you figure out the number, Philip. Let's continue on with this and see if that helps you, and then at the end we'll go back. Okay? Does everyone else understand why we're rounding? No, you don't understand why we're rounding? If we didn't round, would it be harder for you to figure out how many times 68 goes into 163? Or would you just know? How about 7 into 16? Is that easier? Yeah? So that's the only reason we rounded. just to get you two numbers that are easy, all right? So now, she's 163 minus 136. Go ahead. The 2 up there, 2 goes in, 68 goes into 163 2 times. Okay. Sure. Okay. What's her next step, Julia?
She's going to see how many times 27. No.
You need one more thing before you do that. Do you remember? How about some help? Sophia, what's the next step?
You're going to drop the 2.
Drop the 2. Okay, so let's drop the 2. Everybody remember that? You have to drop the 2? Okay. Question, Karen?
Don't you have to put the 7 over the top?
What's 7?
The 7 and the 20 and the 272.
Oh, no, that's your difference. No, that's up there. Megan?
I have 2 questions.
Sure.
The first one is, why would you just, when you did 70 to 160 and then you put the 2, and you got 136?
Yep.
Why did you just put down 136?
Because 2 times 68 is 136.
So you're not trying to get to 163?
No. Well, as close as I can, but I know if I add 68 more to that, it's going to be too much. See, that's why I rounded. Maybe that's where you're confused. Megan just asked, why didn't I try one more number up here? Because I know that 7 goes into 16 twice. So 68 into 163 is probably going to be 2 rather than 3. Because 3 would be too much.
And my second question is, are you trying, like, for 160, you changed it to 16?
16?
Did you change it?
Well, no, 160. The only reason I changed it to 16 is if I took off both zeros, 7 into 16 rather than 70 into 160.
So you'd see how many times 7
Yep. Yep. That's exactly it. Yeah, Kirsten.
Didn't you guys, why didn't you do, like right now, can't 68 go into 272 evenly?
They sure can, but we don't know that yet though, right? We have to guess. Yeah. Jayla.
Getting ready for band.
What? Yes, go ahead. Diana?
I have 3 questions. First one, how did you get 136?
Oh, 136? 2 times 68 is 136.
And, why did you change on top of the 163, why did you change the number to 5?
Oh, because she was borrowing to subtract 163 minus 136. So she just borrowed 1 from the 6, made it a 5, this became a 13, so she could subtract. Okay, Cameron?
Wait, so I have an answer, but I'm not sure if it's correct.
Okay, well, tell me what you do. Let's go on to the next step. Now we've got 68 here, we've got 272 there, okay? Now, keeping in mind what we did before, Althea, what would you think we should do next?
We should find out what 68 times what equals 272.
Absolutely. Did everyone hear her? Way over here? What'd she say, Matt?
68 times what equals 272.
Okay, so Will, what did you say?
68 plus what equals 68 times what equals 272.
72, okay? So, again, we can round. We can pretend that's 70 just for a minute. Okay, Philip? We're going to pretend that's 70 again just for a minute. And see how many times 70 goes into 272. Okay? Or 7 into 27. Is that making sense, Darren? So what did I just say?
See if 7 can go over
7 or 70 into 272? Aaron, what were you gonna say?
I can't really see like the letters, like the numbers. I mean,
Oh,
on
it's not
here.
showing up?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well. Well, we'll just save them then. Yeah, Philip?
I got the answer, but like you can like not round like since 70's there for 68.
Right.
You can do 68 times 2, it'll equal 272.
68 times 2 equals 272?
Yeah.
Yeah, try your multiplication one more time. You're getting close. Okay, yeah. Caitlin? Yeah. Can you wait till we just finish this problem then, Joe? Okay. All right, let's go back here again. We just got two different, right, Matt? You
Well,
got
I
one
knew
of
the
these?
answer. It was 68 times 4 equals 272.
How'd you get 4?
Because I added up them, and then I would take how much 68s I had, and then I would do 68 times 4, and I got 272.
Okay, if you didn't want to, just keep adding these until you got to a number that reached 272. Emily, what did you do?
I kept adding.
You kept adding 2. Did anyone not keep adding? Julia?
Well, I didn't do that, but maybe you can do like 68 times 2 and see what you get, and then 68 times 3, and then if you, and then you know 68 times 4.
You could do that. Let me give you 2 other strategies. What Jalen said earlier, you can think, what times 8 ends in a number that has a 2 at the end? Can you think of a number times 8 ends in a number that has a 2 in the ones column? Megan?
4.
4. You know that 4 times 8 is 32, so that's a possibility. The other thing you can do, and this is what I'm trying to show you, is if this becomes 70, 7 into 27 goes how many times? Anybody? Karsten?
Going to 3 times with a remainder of 6.
A big remainder, right? And since I round it up, 7 goes into 27 3 times with a big remainder, and I round it up, I'm thinking in my head, maybe I'll try 4, because I know that 4 times 8 is going to end in a number that has a 2 at the end. Okay, let's try the 4 and see if that works. You can do it off to the side if you want to. Yeah, Shannon?
Well, to find that out, you could also just try, since 68 times 2 is 136, you could try to multiply that at 136 times 2.
You could. Again, that's a very possible way to do it, but when you start using much bigger numbers, that's going to take you a long time to keep adding them. Yeah, Julia?
When you were going on about what Jaden said, that was 8, what times 8 was 4 times 2. So it equals 32. I can do it in my head because you know that you put the 3 in the corner, like you put the 3 in the corner, and then you do have like 6 times 4, and you get 24 plus 3.
Perfect. Yeah, did anyone hear what Julia just said? Emily, well, you stand next to that one. Come on up and show me what you just said. So if you don't want to have to multiply off to the side, go ahead, Julia.
You could do like what Jalen said. You could do 68 and times 4.
That's what she just did. So, but you do this, 4 times 8.
4 times 8, or you could do 4 times 8, which is you know that ends with a 2. So you just put the 2 down here, and
We'll put it right underneath the 2.
or you put the 2 right here,
Yeah, and then carry that.
and then carry the 3 up here, and you know that
Should be up here.
and then you know that since 6 times 4 is 24, you just do this in your head, and then you just add 3, and you know 4 times 3 is 47.
Beautiful. Okay, we're going to be doing a lot more of this. I know this is very strange to a lot of you to begin with, but pretty soon it'll be very easy. So before we turn it off, everyone like to wave to my math class at Westfield State?